My name is David Light. I am president of Air Mechanical Sales in Roanoke, Virginia. We're the Bard air conditioning distributor for Virginia and West Virginia. What we're standing in is our mobile display trailer that we have our Bard equipment in that we take around to engineers, school maintenance departments, school shows, architects, mechanical contractors. Most are probably familiar with Bard equipment, in particular their wall mounts. Today, I'm not going to talk about the wall mount, but about the Bard Q-Tec. The Q-Tec stands for Quiet Technology. This product has been on the market for about 10 years. It is a classroom climate control system, heating, cooling, dehumidification, energy recovery, and ventilation in one unit setting inside the classroom. Today I'm going to take the unit apart all the way from the top to the bottom and show you some of the features and the benefits. The unit comes in a vinyl laminated finish. It's hard to scratch, it's easy to clean. It's also available in two colors, beige and light gray. The unit can, as you see it, blow directly into the classroom with no ductwork. It also has a package that will cover it from the top of the plenum to the ceiling if needed, or it can be left open just the way you see it. It's also available as a duct application. Now you hook ductwork to the top of the unit. In that case, we have a duct package that covers from the top of the unit all the way to the ceiling. The unit has a screw in here, and I've already taken the screws out of most of the front of the unit just for ease of getting into it and quickness. The unit has a locking cover. The standard key fits all of the units, security screw, return air section. The door opens and comes off just that easy. Your filters are easy to pull out and change and clean. The power can come in the back, the top, or the side of the unit. It comes down a tray into the center of the electrical section. This unit is available 2 ton, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, and 5 in single phase and in 3 phase, 208, 230, or 460 volt. This particular unit is a 3-ton unit with 10 kW electric backup heat. If this was a 460 volt unit, this would be a rotary disconnect switch here. Electric heat contactor, compressor contactor, heat pump control board. This is the same board that has been installed in Bard wall mounts for many, many years. This is a high pressure and a low pressure switch light. Down in the compressor section, standard on the Q-Tec is a high pressure switch and low pressure switch. If you have a service call on the unit, that light, and if that light is on, you will know that the unit has tripped on high pressure or low pressure. This here is a timed bypass low pressure switch. On a cold start, the timer bypasses the low pressure switch for about 120 seconds. Once the unit builds up to pressure, after that 120 seconds, the low pressure switch is put back into the system. On all 3-phase equipment, whether it's the Bard Q-Tec or the Bard wall mounts or any of their packaged equipment, they have scroll compressors. And the 3-phase units, all 3-phase units, a phase monitor is installed in this position. If you know anything about scrolls, if the legs are wrong, the compressor will run backwards. The phase monitor will keep that from happening. A red light will appear on the monitor indicating that the phases are wrong. Either switch them at the unit or switch them at the breaker panel. It's also there if you have a high voltage problem or you have a brownout or you lose a leg of power coming into the building. The phase monitor will shut the compressor down. The Q-Tec has a GE ECM motor. It starts out soft, it ramps up to speed, and in dehumidification it goes to 3/4 speed. This is the blower section. This is the electric heat section. This screw, and you expose the electric heat for service. this screw here, and this Molex plug, and the whole condenser or the whole blower section is out. As a factory installed option, Bard offers a 7-day programmable thermostat. It can become mounted to the unit from the factory the way you see it, or it can come shipped loose and you can mount it on the wall coming into the classroom or wherever it should be mounted in the classroom. It's not just a 7-day programmable thermostat, it's also a combination humidistat, particularly if the unit comes with hot gas dehumidification or hot gas reheat. This particular unit here has hot gas reheat for dehumidification. The hot gas coil is mounted to the back of the condenser coil. Bard offers 2 ventilation packages that meet ASHRAE standards. One of them is a CRV. The CRV is a commercial room ventilator. If this unit had it, there would be a damper here and a damper here with a motor here to control the damper to force air in and out of the classroom. This happens to be the energy recovery ventilator with a pre-filter. The energy recovery wheels. This is the intake blower, and we have an exhaust blower behind this panel. Again, the intake blower and the exhaust blower. Each blower is 3 speeds. Behind this panel here is push pins to change the speeds of the blower from high, medium, or low. High speed is 450 CFM, medium speed is 375, low speed is 300. Each blower can be controlled with either of those speeds. From the factory, the unit comes with 375 intake and 300 exhaust. That happens to be to pressurize the room. They can be changed in the field to any setting. The wheels turn just about this fast. Again, this unit is a 3-ton unit, so we're at a nominal 1100, 1200 CFM. Let's say we're setting at 300 intake and 300 exhaust. So 300 CFM is going to be pulled down through the wheels. It picks up the energy. As it turns, the outside air comes up through the wheel with this blower and picks up the energy from the wheel. To give an example, 24 degrees outside, 70 degrees on the inside of the classroom. The wheels are turning. This bar here represents this bar on the wheels. So when the air comes off the top of the blower here, you're going to go from 24 degrees up to 59 degrees. I'm sure you know what mixed air temperature is. So without the compressor running and without the electric heat running or on, your mixed air temperature is going to be the temperature that's being delivered into the room from the fan. To give you another example, it's 20 degrees outside. If you're using the CRV or no ventilation at all, your mixed air temperature coming off the top of the unit is going to be 51 degrees. If you use the ERV, your mixed air temperature is going to be 66 degrees, keeping in mind that the compressor is not on and the electric heat's not on. So you can see the savings by using an ERV versus not using ERV. The ERV wheels are easy to maintain. There's a Molex plug here. Unplug it and this whole cassette will slide out for service. To clean the wheels, the installation instructions from Bard indicate that you can do just this with a vacuum cleaner and a brush and vacuum off each section of the wheel independently. Bard also indicates that you can take the cassette out, take the wheels out, spray some cleaner on it, an alkaline cleaner, something like 409, spray it on the wheels, scrub them a little bit, rinse them off, let them dry, and put them back in. A along with that Molex plug and these two Molex plugs here, that screw, and the whole ERV section is out for service if need be. The compressor section is easily accessible through the bottom panel. This panel has a closed cell insulation. The same insulation covers the whole inside of the compressor section so that noise from the compressor or outside noise will not come back into the classroom. Earlier we talked about the high and low pressure switch on the unit. Low pressure switch, high pressure switch. Again, this is a 3-ton heat pump, a reversing valve, and also we talked about dehumidification. This is the 3-way dehumidification valve. Let me say just a little bit more about dehumidification. Cooling takes precedence over dehumidification. So if the thermostat is calling for cooling and the humidistat part says that you need to dehumidify, the cooling will continue until the thermostat is satisfied. Once that happens, the blower will go to 3/4 speed, the valve will switch, and it will put hot gas up to the hot gas coil. So you still have a cold coil, you have a reheat coil, the air slows down, and you start the dehumidification process. Dehumidification will take precedence over heating. However, if you're in the dehumidification mode and you have a second call for heat, dehumidification will be de-energized and the unit will go back to heating. Once heating is satisfied, and if you still need to dehumidify, the unit will go back into dehumidification. Once again, this is a Copeland scroll compressor. Also in the compressor section, of course, is the condenser drain pan. It is stainless steel, and also the evaporator pan up and towards the top of the unit is stainless steel. There's also a tube that comes from the evaporator pan down into the compressor section. Of course, the unit has to be installed with a wall sleeve. The standard wall sleeve is 14 inches thick. Once installed, there are 2 bolts that protrude out of the wall sleeve. The unit comes with heavy-duty casters mounted to it. This panel covers up those casters. The casters stay on the unit, and once the unit is rolled into place, those bolts protrude into the unit at this section and this section. Washers and nuts are applied to the bolt to draw the unit to the wall sleeve. The purpose of the 14 inches thick is because the condenser fan needs to slide back into the wall sleeve. An option that Bard gives us is a condensate drain kit. This kit is installed to the side of the wall sleeve and back of the unit, just about in this position. This nipple here protrudes into the wall sleeve in this part of the section, and the evaporator hose is then inserted over this nipple, and a clamp is applied to it. This drains the unit or the condensate water to the outside. This nipple is protruding into the wall sleeve, so if this stops up, water is going to go into the wall sleeve through this nipple. The wall sleeve is designed at an angle to the outside. Once this goes into the wall sleeve, it's going to drain to the outside of the building and run down the side of the building, indicating that you have a stopped up drain. For some reason, if this whole pan stops up and the water runs over into the base of the unit has 3 emergency drain holes here in the bottom underneath the condensate pan. The wall sleeve comes beyond those holes. So once again, if water comes into the base of the unit and into the emergency drain holes, the water is going to go into the wall sleeve, and once again the wall sleeve is going to take the water to the outside and run down the side of the building, indicating you've got an issue with the drain system. So we have two emergency drain systems: the nipple from the drain kit and the emergency drain holes in the bottom of the unit. For aesthetic purposes, Bard has given us a trim kit to cover the distance between the back of the unit and the wall, remembering that the wall sleeve, the standard wall sleeve, is 14 inches thick. So if we have a wall that is 12 inches thick, there's going to be a 2-inch gap between the unit and the wall. So if we have a 10-inch gap, or we have a 10-inch wall, there's going to be a 4-inch gap. In that case, Bard determines, or we determine, what size trim package is needed for the unit. This is the front of our trailer, and as you can see, this is an outside wall and the outside louver. The outside louver can come in basically any color that it needs to be. The standard colors are dark bronze, light bronze, and silver. A screw here, a security screw in 4 locations, here, 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 and here, and the grill pops off to access the condenser fan motor. Let me sum up to you what we've been talking about for the last few minutes. No one offers more value for the classroom than what Bard does. Our equipment is designed for ease of installation. Our units are designed to save maintenance time and money. Our products are built reliable, and they are built by one company with one source of responsibility. Once again, heating, cooling, dehumidification, energy recovery in one package unit, setting in each individual classroom. Bard has been in the mobile classroom market for many, many years, and they are the premier manufacturer for the Bard wall mount units. Our units have been tested since the 60s. No one can name an American heating and air conditioning company that's still family owned and has been in business as long as Bard. Name many others that have gone out of business or have been bought. Can you justify something else in a classroom? I don't think you can. We can do it, and we can save you money at the same time and give you, once again, the heating, cooling, dehumidification, and air conditioning that is so needed in classrooms today. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and what we have presented here today, just of ease and showing the features and benefit of how the Bard Q-Tec can go in the classroom. Our web address is www.airmechanicalsales.com. You can find our telephone number, our 800 number there to call. So give us a call, or you can go to Bard's website at www.bardhvac.com. Thanks so much.